Hello and welcome. You're watching NewsX and I'm Megha Sharma. And there has been a development that is disturbing that has taken place in the northeast, particularly in Manipur, where during his speech in the United States of America, the Mizoram Chief Minister Lalduhoma triggered a debate by commenting on the reunification of the Kuki-Zo people. Speaking at the event in Maryland and Indianapolis, Lalduhoma emphasized upon the unity among the Zoo people who are spread across the country in Myanmar as well as in Bangladesh. Now, his remarks, he intended to inspire cultural pride and solidarity. However, his remarks have backfired amidst the ongoing violence taking place in Manipur for months together. The question that arises is, are these comments adding fuel to the fire amidst the rising tensions in Manipur? There has in fact been a retort that has been made by the Manipur Chief Minister Biren Singh, warning the Mizoram Chief Minister of threatening the unity and integrity of the state of Manipur. Let's start our conversation. Joining me on the telecast first of all is PK Mishra, who's the former ADG, CRPF and the BSF. PK Mishra, how do you view the current situation? And what view do you have of the latest remarks that have been made by the Mizoram Chief Minister favoring the quote-unquote reunification of the Kuki-Zo people, hinting at a separate state being formed after having been carved out of the three countries of Bangladesh, India and Myanmar?
Yes, he knows it very well. Lalduhoma knows it very well, being a chief minister, what's the situation at Manipur, particularly in Churachandpur. He should be more sensible. Of course, what he has stated on 2nd of September at Maryland and 4th of September at Indianapolis, and towards the end, when he spoke, ending with a view that we all Kuki-Zo people should unite. The time has come to work under one leadership. Yes, there is nothing wrong having one leader. But you see, asking for a Jogam, I am telling you, inside story is Jogam and Joland. This is not correct. In fact, being a chief minister of our country, he should support Manipur diffusing the tension, and what Mr. Biren Singh has stated also to some extent is correct. We all should think that the peace should come back very soon in Manipur. But the worst part of it, working under, we Kuki-Zo people working under three governments, and our borders are, it is a land border, we were unjustifiedly divided by Britishers, and then indirectly tells a separatist agenda. And I can well tell that he must come, he should know what is happening in Manipur, he should help Biren Singh. After all, he is a chief minister, both are chief ministers, and the people are, whether they are Kukis or whether they are Maitis or whether they are Mijos, we are all Indians. How can we have such a statement in a foreign country that, okay, Kuki-Chin, we are in Myanmar, we are in Bangladesh. You see, what Sheikh Hasina has stated, it is correct. It's nice that Mr. Trump has come, Mr. Trump got elected. It was Joe Biden's theory.
Okay.
And,
okay, all right, sir.
I'm very sure.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to get in Dr. Bobo, who's the spokesperson of the Delhi Meeting Coordination Committee. Dr. Bobo, how do you react to the remarks that have come from the Mizoram Chief Minister? This is not the first time that he has made remarks that are divisive. The last time around, when the election campaigning was taking place ahead of the voting in Mizoram, he has made similar comments. Do you think this is divisive politics at play? For the vested interest, for the Mizoram political leadership to stay in power?
Yeah, good evening and to all the respected today's panelists. It is very unfortunate to have such a statement from Chief Minister of a state that is also from the Mizoram Chief Minister. He is indirectly adding a foil to the conflict of Manipur, which is going on for the last 17 months. And he should apologize, or he should give a statement that which he has stated at United States last September, that so-called nationhood. This is a very controversial statement, and that it is also an anti-national. When people are talking about one nation, one India, and he has given a statement of this separate nationhood, which the conflict has been going on for the last 17 months by the Kuki-Jo communities, that he has clearly indicated that conflict he is supporting indirectly to all the communities living in this Manipur to make this instability of or the unity of Manipur. He is indirectly supporting the ongoing conflict, neither to have a peaceful talk or neither to support in to stay in a peaceful coexistence of the communities of Manipur.
Right. Right,
Yeah,
absolutely.
so
Professor, I also have with me, let's hear a counter view on the subject. Professor Thongk Olal Haukip, he is from the Center for Study of Law and Governance from Jawaharlal Nehru University. Professor Haukip, again, your reaction to what the Mizoram Chief Minister has said. It's one thing to speak about this within the country. It's quite another when you go to a foreign state. He's in the United States of America, he's in Maryland, and he has made such a divisive statement advocating that India should be now divided and there needs to be a separate state for the co-people. This is a secessionist agenda that is being advocated by the Chief Minister. What's your view?
Megha, we have to understand the historical division of the Kuki-Jo people during the British colonial period, as well as their participation, right? Their participation during the freedom struggle in India. If you look into the history of these peoples, you find that in the northeastern region, they are the maximum number of people who have participated in the INA, the Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose Indian National Army. And they were a part of India's freedom struggle. And we should not doubt these people of trying to break this country. They have been a participant in this nationalist struggle. And if you go back to about 150 years from now, you find that this vast tract of upland between Calcutta and Rangoon had been undemarcated, had been unsurveyed. And these lands were called Chin-Lusai country or Kuki country. By 1894, the southern part of Manipur has been carved into the state of Manipur. And many parts of the present day Myanmar were divided from India by the government of India at 1935 and becomes a part of Burma. The Xinjiang division becomes a part of Burma. So these people, the Kuki-Jo people, were divided into three separate countries in 1971 again with the creation of Bangladesh again. So they have been forcefully, without their consent, divided into three countries. And in many of these places, they become minority. And they have been unaccommodative kind of, policies, by the state and other.
So what do you think is the solution? Do you think dividing the country into fragments and creating a separate country for the Zoo people? Do you think that's the solution?
Of Lalduhoma, he was talking about coming these people under one administrative unit, preferably under the Union of India. If you look into many of the participation of people during the freedom struggle, they were a part of the Indian freedom movement. And putting
my very simple question, Professor Haukip, my very simple question: how do we interpret the statement that has come from the Chief Minister of Mizoram? He's spoken about how there is a need for creation of a state, of a country that is solely going to be inhabiting the Zoo people, which are then going to trickle out of Bangladesh, from Myanmar and from India. Do you think this is practically possible, and do you think this is an attack, a threat to the unity and integrity of India?
No, I don't think he is an IPS officer. He is the Chief Minister of India who takes vows trying to protect the integrity and unity of India. So there's no question, no doubt about it. What is, his concern is about the prosecution of, or the persecution, to be precise, of our own people in particularly in Chittagong Hill tracts, the hill areas where our own people reside, and Manipur in the recent past. You look into how our own people are, under harassment. They are being treated as outsiders, refugees.
Okay, so then you think, Professor Haukip, do you think, what is the solution? What should be the solution? Creating a separate country should be a solution? Dr. Haukip, Professor Haukip, what should be the solution? Should the solution be that a separate country be carved out?
No. He was not talking about a separate country. He was talking about bringing, this administrative units, that the hill part of Chittagong Hill tracts, perhaps even, many in the BJP and other political parties are talking about Akhand Bharat, right? That also is something in tune with this kind of ideology, that the Sagyang division, where the Kuki Chin people are settling, the Chin hills or the Chin state of Myanmar, if Myanmar is in deep trouble, all this lands could become a part of Akhand Bharat. And that was the kind of idea that we were talking about in policy circles. If there is no accommodation of certain administrative and other kind of autonomy within Myanmar or within Bangladesh, then the only option that we have is that we have a greater administrative unit to be carved out from this, this lands into the Union of India. That's the greater, Joe land that some of the activists have been talking about, and that would be a part of the Union of India and one state within the northeastern region. And there has been the policy of Joro, which has been formed.
I just at this point of time I'm going to once again, since you're talking about how the Mizoram Chief Minister's statement has apparently, reportedly been misinterpreted, I'm going to read it out to you. He's spoken about while a country may have borders, a true nation transcends such limitations. We, as in the Zo people, have been unjustly divided, forced to exist under 3 different governments in 3 different countries, and this is something we can never accept. So I want to know what is the interpretation of this statement that has been made, and if the Mizoram Chief Minister is advocating and fighting for the rights of the Zo people, how is he going to find a solution if these people are living in these 3 countries? How is he going to assimilate them, unite them without breaking these countries into smaller fragments and creating a new state is what at this point of time is the insinuation as is being spoken about in that statement. Dr. Bobo, let's hear it from you. What's your comment on this?
Regarding the statement which made by Professor Haukip, it is very unfortunate that he stated in 1934 that southern part of Manipur has been carved out, but it is totally wrong. He should know the history of Manipur, that it is under the Manipur State Darbar. The administration was given by the State Darbar, not it is carved out. And secondly, what he stated that about the INA, Indian National Army, which is led by the Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, that Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose lead an army to fight a common enemy, that is the British, that is the United who has ruled us for many years, and that first Indian national flag was hosted in Moirang. And it is a lot of people has been sacrificed, the unsung heroes of Manipuri people, and many people has been sacrificed. Not only this Kupi community, the different community of Manipur and different community from across the India to have the independence from the British government. And he stated very wrongly that only the Jaw people community have sacrificed a lot. And how can he say that? That is very unfortunate. Being a professor, you should know the history very well of Manipur. And secondly, that you are talking about this the Kuki Jaw community who is settled in Myanmar, who is settled in Bangladesh. Likewise, Manipuri people, the Meitei community has also settled in Bangladesh, has been settled in Myanmar, and many part of across the world. We never demanded we should carve out a nation or something else. That is a very controversial statement. That I should think that he should again think and speak about it, not to make more controversy, not to make such a statement, because when we are talking about a united India, when we are talking about united Manipur, you should not talk about this like the Kuki Jaw communities wanted such a nation or such a union. That is that I
PK Mishra,
reject.
Let's hear it from PK Mishra as well. Now, besides the issue of this, secessionism that is being raised by the Mizoram Chief Minister, there is also a national security and safety problem that the government of India and the armed forces are struggling to find a resolution to. There has been arms, drugs, weapons trade that and illegal immigration of communities that is taking place along the Manipur-Myanmar border. How is it that this complex situation can be resolved, keeping in mind the sentiments and the history of the Kuki community? The Kuki tribe is deeply entrenched, and as has been mentioned by my previous speaker, Professor Haukip, that these communities have been divided by the borders but continue to live in a very harmonious fashion in all these three countries, in Manipur, in Bangladesh, and Manipur in India, in Bangladesh, and then in Myanmar, and therefore these porous borders are something that work for them.
Can I add a point here? Megha, can I add a...
Yeah, please go ahead. Yes, please go ahead. Okay, so we'll try to get back our guests into the conversation. A sensitive issue that has been raised by the Mizoram Chief Minister, alluding that the country needs to be divided and there needs to be a separate state, apparently, for the people of Zo community, Zo tribe. PK Mishra, how do you view? The security situation difficult. It is about safeguarding our borders. When there is fencing that is set up along the border of Manipur and Myanmar, the Kuki tribe faces problems. They would rather have porous borders because the community lives on either side of the border.
Yes, it is not only Kuki Jaw and Kuki Chin communities. They are living in Myanmar, Bangladesh and India. I am telling you, why not have another state, taking away West Bengal and Bangladesh also. The same thing, West Bengal Chief Minister will go to United States and give a statement. Will it be liked by us? Because there are Bengalis in West Bengal, so also in Dhaka. This is no answer. If we have separate administration for Kukis in Manipur also, no answer to that. Let's live together as we were living earlier. Let's not go forward. What Sheikh Hasina stated, she was absolutely correct. And I am telling you, it is not only that government should make this fencing in Myanmar and Manipur border. We should first go for fencing in Mizoram Myanmar border. This is what is required. I will tell you, maximum drugs are coming from Myanmar through Mizoram border than now in Manipur border. Things are very bad. Before it becomes worse, let's have fencing in whole of Myanmar, Manipur border and Myanmar, Mizoram border.
Yeah, but PK Mishra, there has been also controversy that has been raised. There has been controversy that has been raised in the past as well, because there were statements that had been made. There were statements in the past that had been made by the Home Ministry and later on by the armed forces. There were attacks and counter attacks that had happened between the armed forces and a number of these tribes, these militants. There were weapons that had been confiscated. There were drones that had been confiscated, but at the end the Home Ministry negated all these incidents, said that this situation has not occurred. This information, these reports about whether these militants have been weaponized, they are using drones against the armed forces, are unwarranted. Again, I am saying the situation is very complex, where the Home Ministry has opposed any of these reports, said that these are unwarranted, these are not verified. How do we solve the situation again?
Want the answer from me?
Yeah.
Yes, I can well tell you. As Mr. Amit has stated, the only answer is fully deployment of a border guarding force in Myanmar, Manipur border, and for full fencing like Indo-Bangladesh border. What has happened in Bangladesh, it's a mini Pakistan now. I'm very seriously telling with Muhammad Yunus and the help of IPRs, it's a Jamaati government, and it's a the way they are behaving, it is like a mini Pakistan, and we have to be very careful for this Chittagong hill tracts, as it was there in Begum Jia's time. A lot of jihadis were being raided there itself, and a lot of jihadi camps were there. Things are coming up again in Chittagong hill tract, and they will be penetrating through Mizoram border to India. We have to be very careful, and Amit Shahji has told very clearly that we should be very fast in making the fencing in Myanmar and Manipur border, and I am very sure that he must be thinking about the deployment of a border guarding force in a BOP concept, border outpost concept like that of Indo-Bangladesh border in Manipur border also. Otherwise, things will be very bad, as it is not Kuki-Jo community
but PK Mishra, the situation continues to be the same. You know, governments after governments have come to power, whether it is Congress, whether it is the BJP now. We are talking about the Home Ministry not really taking action because it is too scared that the situation will become intense, the situation may just escalate, it might just spur more ethnic conflicts.
No doubt.
I don't know, do we not have political will to act on this matter?
Yeah.
Dr. Bobo, let's hear it from you.
Yes, I strongly support PK Mishra ji about this drug illegal immigration issues, because see, what Manipur today is fighting is not only for the Manipur. The Manipur people are fighting for whole nation, because we want to, we don't want the drug laws, or we don't want illegal immigrants to come and occupy the land and stabilize these laws, Cambodia's golden triangle in Manipur. And then if once it is happened, then it will be destroy whole nation, the youth and the future nation pillars of tomorrow's futures of our country. So we strongly condemn, and we strongly are against the illegal immigrants and those who wanted to stabilize this drug.
Let's hear it from Professor Haukip as well. Professor Haukip, do you think there is lack of political will for decades together to resolve this problem, because it's too complicated and the governments would not want to intervene in the matter? It's to their benefit that they do not resolve the conflict.
Megha, let me answer you this in a very simple way. That last month there were 3 persons from Imphal Valley crossing the border or crossing the buffer zone into Kangpopi district, and as a gesture of peace, right? These 3 people were handed safely to the police, Manipur police. However, yesterday you may have heard about the incident in Jiribam where a certain Mar village was attacked, 7 houses were set ablaze, 1 woman aged 50 years was burned alive. Her body charred, and today her funeral will be here. So what kind of reply are we getting after a good gesture last month for peace? That this is what we are getting. So unless the terrorist groups in Manipur, which are listed about 4 or 5, these are made to surrender and made to come to terms with within the Indian constitution. I think violence will not stop in Manipur. The Indian army should handle this terrorist group in the hard way unless they come to terms with the conditions laid out by the government of India. That's the only way, and with that only order, peace and stability will come in Manipur.
Okay, all right. On that note, I'm out of time. I thank all of you for joining me on the telecast. With that, we are also getting information trickling in and being flashed on our ticker at the bottom of your screens. We're getting to know, as per sources, the BJP will be getting a new president in 2025 January. So, which means the current BJP national president JP Nadda will be vacating his place, and there is a likelihood that it could be Devendra Fadnavis, who is the Maharashtra deputy chief minister currently. There is BL Santosh, who's the BJP national secretary currently. Their names are being talked about. So if the rumor mills are to be believed, sources tell us that there is going to be the new national president of the BJP that is going to be picked by the Prime Minister and the other top leaders of the BJP. Now, this was a decision that was impending, particularly after JP Nadda was put up in his level that he had become the BJP leader, he had become the BJP minister and union minister, and that has led to the vacancy that is going to be filled by the BJP. Sanjay Sharma on the telecast with me. Sanjay, give us the latest updates. Which are the names that are doing the rounds for the BJP to finally make a decision on who is going to be the national president of the party?
देखिए, कौन नेशनल प्रेसिडेंट बनेगा बीजेपी का भी इसका नाम तो किसी के भी नॉलेज में नहीं है, लेकिन आज जिन नामों का सर्कुलेशन है, जिन नामों की चर्चा चल रही है, वो नाम मैं आपको बता सकता हूं। सबसे पहले नामों की चर्चा शुरू हुई थी केशव प्रसाद मौर्य के नाम पर, लेकिन उसको आरएसएस ने एक सिरे से पूरी तरह से खारिज कर दिया था, रिजेक्ट कर दिया था। उसके बाद में शिवराज सिंह चौहान, धर्मेंद्र प्रधान, भूपेंद्र यादव, विनोद तावड़े, देवेंद्र प्रधान जैसे नामों की चर्चा शुरू हुई। उसके बाद में ये कहा गया कि इस बार बीजेपी का नया नेशनल प्रेसिडेंट साउथ से बनना चाहिए, यानी कि साउथ इंडिया से, दक्षिण भारत से बनना चाहिए। तो कहीं ना कहीं नामों की चर्चा शुरू हुई, लेकिन वो नामों की चर्चा आखिरकार नेशनल जनरल सेक्रेटरी BL संतोष के नाम पर आकर के अटक गई। लेकिन फिर ये कहा जा रहा है कि चूंकि BL संतोष नेशनल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन जनरल सेक्रेटरी हैं और बीजेपी में कभी भी नेशनल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन जनरल सेक्रेटरी को कभी भी नेशनल प्रेसिडेंट नहीं बनाया गया, तो फिर अब उसके बाद से फिर से चर्चाओं का दौर एक बार फिर से शुरू हुआ है। और अब कहा यही जा रहा है कि महाराष्ट्र, झारखंड के विधानसभा चुनाव खत्म होने के बाद बीजेपी के नेता प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी और आरएसएस के कुछ नेताओं की कुछ मीटिंगें होंगी। उसके बाद दिसंबर के सेकंड वीक तक बीजेपी का नया नेशनल प्रेसिडेंट का नाम तय हो जाएगा, जिसकी घोषणा जनवरी 2025 में हो जाएगी।
Okay, all right. Thank you for giving us that piece of information.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.